So I've been back for 4 weeks. It's time to test where the fitness is at. Sandwich 10k. Let's bloody go. Good job I got sunglasses. Just start pissing it down. Brilliant. Morning, Cole Gibbons. So, why am I doing the Sandwich 10k? Long story short, I've got 9 weeks to get fit for Berlin Marathon. And I've always found that races seem to really help me kind of push on, work hard, and work harder than I would in a training session. So, what a better way to see where the legs are at than a 10k road race, because my 1 mile road race a few weeks ago was a bit underwhelming. But yeah, so I've done 4 weeks of training back now. Berlin, 9 weeks time. So it's a race against time. So I've done this race before, although the course is different this time, so I don't really know what's going to happen. Don't know what sort of shape I'm in. I think something sub 32 would be reasonable. I'd be happy with that. So 31 something, but it depends on the course really. So this has been my first proper week of training back in terms of kind of back to the volume I was doing for London. So back up to about 200 kilometers for this week. So no taper, but don't really need to taper for this. But all in all, body feels alright. No injuries, niggles. Only thing I can improve on really is getting a little bit more sleep. That's what I'm going to try and do going forward. It's one of those weird muggy sort of days where we've had a lot of rain the last couple of days, but it's still warm. So I shouldn't have warmed up in a jacket because I'm sweating one out now. Got some road races in the calendar for August to try and get the legs spinning again. Mostly 5Ks. The big half at the start of September. 2 weeks before Berlin Marathon. So yeah, there's not going to be too much footage of this race just because, well, I don't really have many crowds and stuff to get footage. Although my parents are marshalling, so maybe they can stack some for me. But yeah, Sandwich is quite a nice place actually. Quite like it. Quite a cute little, quaint little village. Right, anyway, let's get this warm up done. Yeah, get ready to go, see where the legs are at. It's a free hit, this one. Should be good. Just bumped into one of my old history teachers as well. Mr. Woods, if you're watching. Lovely bloke. Can't say I remember too much from the lessons. History wasn't my forte, but hope you had a good race nonetheless. One thing I did forget to mention is I've got at least 10 miles to do afterwards, because can't neglect the long run. 10k race and then at least 10 to 13 miles.
Let's do it, Cole.
Let's go. Cheers, mate. There you go. That sort of thing never gets old. Bloody love it when people say hello. See if you're ever umming and ahhing. I might be a bit moody on race day. Don't take it personally. Right. A couple of 30-second strides as like a primer. And then change shoes and get ready to go.
Here goes. Let's see what the legs have got.
I bring pressure. I bring pressure. I bring pressure. I bring pressure. I bring.
So that is the Sandwich 10k done. That went far better than I could have expected, really. Just went out quite hard and just kind of held on. I think I finished in about 30:45, which is a minute off my PB, but on the course, slightly windy conditions. Not saying it's like the slowest course in the world, it's definitely not, it's a decent course, but you've got 2 laps, you have to lap some of the kind of the back markers on the second lap and things like that, but I'd say maybe 25-30 seconds on a quicker course, so to only be, well, 30 to 60 seconds off my PB. Now, I'm really chuffed with, because I thought I was far worse than that. So, absolutely chuffed with that. I'm going to do a short cool down and then actually do a little bit of a double today rather than going out and heading out for kind of 10 to 13 miles, just because my legs are a little bit cooked after that. And I think getting some food in and then going again later is the more sensible option. Plenty of time to get some longer runs in. And yeah, 10k at race pace is not going to do the fitness any harm, that's for sure. So, you get cooled down, find a brownie or a cookie or something. There's a tent here that are called the Roguish Bakers, I think. They do a lot of the local races, and their bro nuts are to die for, so I think I'm gonna have to get some of those. Well, it's the second one of my teachers, Mrs. Sexton. So yeah, let's go cool down. My parents were on the course, so I'll probably run to them. And yeah, that's a good, head wasn't in it beforehand, but as soon as you get started in kind of the race kit, race environment, kind of the tannoy going 3, 2, 1 going, I just gets the stimulation going. Yeah, happy with that, really happy with that. That's my dad going to the finish. Dips to the line. Oh. Mum was marshalling. How was that, Mum?
It's been really good, actually. Yeah. It's been brilliant, hasn't it, Chick? Because we knew so many faces.
That's it as well. Mum's been stung in the eye, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not nice.
No. We'll cover that bit up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
how's that,
exactly. Yeah, no, it's good fun actually. We're just waiting for the last few to come through now.
Yeah, you're sadly not running at the moment.
No, I'm not going to be running anymore, unfortunately.
Long story short, well, bilateral medial meniscus damage. Had surgery, had injections. None of it's working. No. Can't have replacements because of work.
Tried damn hard to get back. It just hasn't worked.
So, sadly, going to be retiring.
Yes.
You can come on the bike with me though.
Yes, so. That's right. Exactly.
That's the plan.
Exactly. That's the plan.
Coffee time.
Yeah.
I did sneak off to Costa.
Yeah, we've had coffee. Yeah, we've had Costa
before
already.
We started.
That's where I'm going to go now. I think. Alright, see you in a bit.
Right. Okay.
Bye.
So anyway, as I was saying earlier, this has been the first week that I've done back where I feel like it's been a proper marathon training week. So probably about 200k for the week. But one stat I've been really paying attention to is the training load on the Cora software. Because one thing that I think makes the marathon specifically a lot easier is a lot of downhill mileage. That eccentric quad contraction as you're coming downhill. And the training load aspect of the Cora basically monitors this and adds it into your training load. So it can monitor kind of how much force, how much load has been in your training week. So this week has been a little bit tough on the quads because I've done a lot of hilly runs and the quads are taking a battering. I think that's something I hear a lot on race days. Oh, my quads got really sore, etc, etc. And I think doing a lot of downhill, well, obviously you've got to go up to come down, but a lot of downhill running can really help combat that basically. So yeah, we've got a course, have a look at your training load, see what it says. Obviously it takes into consideration other things, volume, speed, etc. But downhill, vertical, if you like, yeah, that's something I really pay attention to.
And just before we present the winner with his trophy, a little bit of background for him. So this guy, he's alright I suppose. He's looking very embarrassed there, but one thing I won't prolong it too much for him, but he made his debut in the London Marathon this year. Not done a marathon before, got into London, and before we present the prize today we need to give him a round of applause because his debut time in the marathon was 2 hours 16. Not bad at all. He now hates me for highlighting him. But we do have a new course record holder in 30 minutes 45. Let's hear it for Cole Gibbons. We do appreciate all of your support today. Just stick around for
raining, I'm grumpy and I want a coffee. A wasp keep chasing me around. So irritating. Yeah, can I get a regular caramel frappuccino, please? So, back from second run of the day, ended up being 17k steady in the end. The legs just felt good. The Boston 13s on, and he just struggled to go easy in there. So, before I knew it, I dropped down from kind of 414 to per kilometre down to like 350s. So, yeah, ended up being steady rather than easy, but sue me. So, yeah, a really good day banked in the end. Yeah, obviously, after today's race, gonna grab a quick shower. Then we'll talk about the race a little bit more. And just this week of training in general, actually, I kind of want to talk about, first week back into like proper kind of mileage, really. So, drink first. Definitely drink first. So, rice pudding, sauna blanket, dinner, shower, and we're back. So I thought, as I mentioned, that this has been kind of the first training week back where I felt like I've actually done like a good amount of training. Legs starting to feel like they're coming back, feel like they're mine again. Thought I'd just quickly go through what I did this week. So following my time out, the first couple of weeks I was like, no, Cole, why did I have 3 weeks off? Legs feel dreadful, I've got Berlin Marathon to get ready for. But now, kind of 4 weeks back, every single run I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I had 3 weeks off because legs just feel so much better. So if you're unsure about having some time off, just do it, your legs will appreciate it. So anyway, week commencing the 14th of July. This is 10 weeks out from Berlin. Monday, we started off with a 16k easy run in the morning. Was going to go to 17k, but was having some stomach issues. I'm not sure what's going on with my breakfast at the moment, just can't seem to keep it down. But we'll park that there, no need to go into details. Then I did an 18k easy run in the afternoon. That was after work. I've adapted my work hours slightly, so I start a little bit earlier in the day, but then I finish earlier so I can get a second run in. Just because I do work in Orpington on a Monday, so obviously it means then like travelling all the way back home. So if you then got another run to do, not ideal. Tuesday was a double session day. I did 5 by 7 minutes on the track, which is actually really, really good. I really enjoyed doing the kind of the LT1 longer threshold stuff on the track. And then in the afternoon I did 25 by roughly 300 meters. That was on the grass. I think it's about 290 meters, about 50 seconds of work. And that was a really good session actually. That was when I was like, oh wow, actually maybe the legs are back, kind of. Wednesday started off with a 14k easy run in the morning. I was in the E-League, dropping a friend off in Cambridge, and then 18k in the evening, back in Kent, through Maidstone. I work in Kings Hill and used to work in Maidstone. I used to live in Maidstone while I was studying for uni, and I used to absolutely love running up the hills. Like Maidstone's quite a hilly place if you choose the right routes. And I used to love it. I found it just gave me some really good strength, so I just thought I'll reminisce a little bit, head back there. Then on the Thursday morning I did 25k. That was broken down into 4k easy, 8k steady, 1k easy, 8k steady, 4k easy, so a little bit of a fartlek. Easy's around 4 minutes 20 per kilometre, steady's down to kind of 350, 344, 340, that sort of range. And then my legs were a little bit sore, so in the afternoon I did a tentative 8k. I don't really do too many runs of that sort of distance, but legs definitely needed it. Then on the Friday morning I did 18.8k. Again, I didn't plan on doing this far, but I got lost, which is no excuses actually, being as I'm running my local routes. It's just I underestimated how far the route was. And then I went and played paddle for an hour and a half. Gonna be honest, I wasn't moving around the court very well because I was just tired. My legs were just tired. But then I still got out for a 16k run after work in the afternoon because the mileage ain't gonna run itself. So that's the Friday afternoon, 16k, nice and easy. Saturday I had a rest day. I just woke up on Saturday. I was gonna do my normal pre-race routine with the sandwich 10k on the Sunday, but I just woke up and was like, no, body just was not feeling it. So I actually rested. And then obviously ended up feeling better on race day, so getting much better at listening to the body, having rest days when required. Then the Sunday, the race, did a slightly longer warm-up, about 4k of warming up, and then a few kind of shorter 30-second priming efforts, about a threshold, just to kind of get the energy systems going, having as much recovery as required so that I'm not fatiguing myself. And I do those about 15-20 minutes before the race starts, which that was then the 9.97 kilometre run, 30:45, as I said. properly chuffed with that performance. I actually expected quite a lot slower, to be completely honest with you. Then a nice little extended cool down. I was going to do my long run afterwards, but just didn't fancy it. My parents were going to want to get going at some point, so I would have had to rush it. Probably wouldn't have done as far as I would have wanted. Might not have been the quality that I wanted either. So I waited till I got home and then ran the 17.24 kilometres when I got home there. And that's where I've kind of just got back from with Dad on the bike. Yeah, it was a good run. Kind of like an unintentional progression. Just started to really wind things up towards the end. Just started to feel quite good. But where I live, there's like this absolutely massive hill right at the end of most runs. So I kind of always use the last kilometre as a bit of an easier run, because that's just it's a monster of a hill. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, Berlin Marathon. Things are starting to come together. Catch you in the next one.